Ay, life is what you make it. Days like this, yeah, I swear that I would pay for. I got time, but I'm always moving too fast. So this summer, man, I swear I'm about to lay back. Ay, this summer, man, I'm cooling on the low. I don't want no pressure, want no smoke. I just wanna chill up at the house and somehow still get money cause I'm broke. Talk about the life I live. I just wanna play my jams. I just wanna hold you close. Shout my praise like ooh. Bring out the vibes like this. Days like every night. Lay out on the beach. Man, I love my life. Sing my songs for you. Life moves way too fast. One day I'ma be in LA with my boys out back. Telling stories about how we would always act a fool. But we really about that work, man, it feels so good. Ay, life is what you make it. Days like this, yeah, I swear that I would pay for. I got time, but I'm always moving too fast. So this summer, man, I swear I'm about to lay back. Life is what you make it. Days like this, yeah, I swear that I would pay for. I got time, but I'm always moving too fast. So this summer, man, I swear I'm about to lay back. I just wanna go. Just relax, ay, just relax, yeah, just relax. Ay, life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. Days like this, I would pay for. I got time, but I'm always moving too fast. So the summer, man, I swear I'm about to lay back.
Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now, told him on the lay. I've been moving dog, yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk, don't care what they say. I don't got no patience, I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it, running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym, I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work, told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face, they all just burning bridges. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. is mine, I can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time? Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got, don't mind that reflection on my face, guys. The sun is setting, but what is going on, Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and Bitcoin is absolutely brutally boring, guys. Bitcoin is just going sideways, but we are starting to see some signals on the higher time frames that may or may not be pointing to some downsides. I already saw some of you guys mentioning this in the chat. It is on the monthly time frame, and we are going to be taking a look at it, and it's possible indication for some moves to the downside here. Is it real? Is it going to give us the move, or is it just going to be a false signal? Because as you guys know, we are in a bull run here. Are we going to see this thing continue as we approach all-time highs, or are we going to get that rejection for a bigger move to the downside? I want to break down the price action for you guys, let you know the key levels that you need to be watching, as well as that major signal we're seeing on the monthly time frame. that could be a little bit scary. But hopefully it's just a fluke, guys. Hopefully it gets completely stepped on with this incoming potential bull market on the way. Or, I mean, I would say we're actually in a bull run already. But are we going to see this continue? I'm going to break it down all for you guys tonight. And with all that being said, shout out to the Candle Mafia. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some free extra chances. It wouldn't be not free, but some extra chances to win some free crypto on Friday's live stream, which we will be doing this week, guys. Obviously, I was traveling on Friday and on Monday, so we were not live. Also, Monday was a holiday, but we are back on our regular schedule, guys. So shout out to you guys. Smash that like button. And before we jump into the price action, guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia. We got K Diggity in the chat. Here for the goats. Shout out to K Diggity. Thank you for being here. We got RPM87. What is going on, bro? He said Juicy Juice. Reminds me of Juicy Fruit, the gum. Shout out to RPM. Thank you for being here. We got Jelly Gilly. Jay Gilly, what is going on? We got Mr. Ethereum repping the ETH gang in the chat. What is going on? We got Pennywise, our favorite scary clown. Shout out to Pennywise. Let's see. We got Sean by the dip. Hoddle, shout out to you, bro. He said, like button family. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. We got Melissa in the chat. What is going on? Shout out to our female Candle Mafia members. And let's see. We got Cranky Fandles. Shout out to Cranky Fandles, the best name in the chat. One of the best names in the chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to Wildcat. What is going on? He said, my name, Frankie. My man, Frankie. Don't stop, bro. Can't stand the threats and the hate. Stay true, Frankie. Shout out to Wildcat. Are we getting threatened? Who's threatening us? Where are we talking about? Are you getting threatened or are we getting threatened? Shout out to you, bro. There ain't no stopping Frankie Candles, baby. We're here. Shout out for anybody who may be thinking that we took like time off or something. I was just traveling the past 2 streams, guys. But shout out to Wildcat. Welcome in. And don't you worry, bro. No one going to put out this candle. Shout out to you, bro. We got Jay Violet in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. We got Lurking Shark and Darren Does Things. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Thank you for everything you do in the premium Discord. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Tony D checking in for duty. What is going on, brother? He said much better. Not 100% sure what is much better. How is my volume too loud here, guys? It might be a little too loud. Let me know how that is for you guys. But with all that being said, shout out to Greg. What is going on? And we got Jesse in the chat. Said, Golden, hit me with a membership, please, and thank you. Shout out to you, and shout out to Golden. You guys know who he is. And shout out to our mods, guys. Show our mods some love in the chat. And Dave Digital is checking in. What is up, bro? Now that Dave's here, we can go ahead and start that show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, guys, and see the same price action we've been looking at for I can't tell you how long. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. Let's see. Shout out to Pennywise. Said much love to the Candle Mafia. This killer clown always got your back. Shout out to Pennywise. What's going on? We're getting attacked? Who is attacking us? But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys, and take a look at what we got going on here on Bitcoin. Now, as you guys know, we are just seeing a Bitcoin kind of just bing-bong around this value area high, sitting at about $69,700. And this is basically kind of where we've been bing-bonging around for about 8 days, over a week here of just sideways price action. And then zooming out even further, guys, obviously we have basically just been going sideways on Bitcoin, unfortunately, for about 3 months straight. This is absolutely brutal for the content, but it is not too bad for trading. Now, for anybody who is curious, I am still holding my long from the value area low here, which was a setup that we gave in the premium Discord. Shout out to the premium Discord. If you guys are interested in checking that out, you can head over to frankiecandlestrading.com, where we have all our deals and our access to the premium Discord if you guys want to check that out. But with that being said, I am still holding this long position, guys, as the target was this value area high. But we are holding a little bit of a moon bag here, looking for this to potentially come back up. But again, obviously protecting ourselves. If we do come back down, we will get stopped out in profit. However, for the most part, guys, we are kind of just trapped within this volume profile at this point. And as long as we remain below this value area high, we have to keep at least the idea open that we could potentially get stuck underneath here and get a move below that point of control and potentially get a move back down to the value area low. Now, I am not necessarily anticipating a dump down to 61K or anything like that. I'm going to take a look at that bearish signal on the monthly time frame in just a second, but I just kind of want to give you guys a little kind of bare bones blueprint blueprint of where we're sitting at with price action. But, this is still the macro volume profile. We kind of deviated above this volume profile or above this value area high just slightly. And over the on Friday, shout out to Imran. What is going on, bro? He says, Frankie's on fire. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you. But guys, on Friday, I actually did talk to the premium Discord looking for a potential short setup as we were coming up to this previous value area high, just to kind of cover ourselves in case we do wind up getting a reversal and a full rotation back down to this value area low of the range. And again, I'm not necessarily saying we're going down there, but we have to be prepared because we do have some things on the chart potentially pointing towards a cool off, and that would just generally be the most boring thing ever, as that would kind of give us, like, assuming that it does take us, price action looks something like this, it would potentially add another, let's go ahead and measure this. This would kind of bring us to 99 days of sideways price action, which would be absolutely brutal to see. But we're gonna be absolutely prepared if that does happen to capitalize on that move, because you guys know here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel and within the Candle Mafia, we make money trading Bitcoin, whether the price is going up or down. And not only can we make money on these big moves through the giant profiles, but we can also make some money within these little bings and bongs in these little smaller ranges, which I will be going over these local levels with you guys as well. But these are still the major levels I am looking at, with our major value area low sitting at $61,832. The POC of that range sitting at about $66,900. And then that value area high is sitting at about $69,783. And I am simply going to continue to play this as a volume profile in case we do continue to range. And then we'll break down a little bit more specifically on what I would more anticipate to be the more likely and probable scenario. But just in general, these are the major levels I am looking at. And as long as we remain below that value area high, we are going to be looking at the markets within the context of this volume profile. Now, I am in a little tiny scalp long on a new small account that I actually created here over on Blowfin. I actually loaded up about $1,000 into this account, actually a little bit more than $1,000 into this account. Took a little bit of a scalp long here, and actually let me go ahead and talk about, you know what, we'll come back to the scalp levels, and I'll go over that little scalp long position on that small account that I'm going to try to grow just as a little challenge to myself alongside with the premium Discord. I kind of want to talk about this. I want to try to grow this little account here with a small amount of money, right? Because I think there is a lot of people out there that don't have $10K to start off with a trading account. They may only have $1,000. They may only have $500 to start the account. So, I like to show not only, bigger trades on this channel, but I also like to show that it is possible to make some money here with, starting capital of, under 10K, right? Because it is definitely possible to make money doing this. And you don't need like tons and tons of money to get started. This is a common misconception about trading, especially if you're using leverage, obviously responsibly. But let me go over the higher time frames here, guys, because the question is, are we going to see Bitcoin finally blast off into new all-time highs, or are we going to get rejected back down and just kind of go sideways and have a boring summer here? And to look at this, I want to take a look at the higher time frame. I want to take a look at the monthly bearish signal as well as the medium time frame money flow. And also, I want to go back in time and look at where we are in the cycle and compare it back to where we were in 2020 before that 2021 massive blow off top, or not blow off top, but double top, but before that 2021 massive bull market. But first off, guys, I do want to actually start off here on the 4-hour time frame. Now, as you guys can see on Market Cipher B, we are seeing money flow start to come back down to the zero line, and it could be potentially looking to cross back over into the red, which could potentially make us anticipate a little bit more of a move to the downside here. And this just generally isn't the most bullish look, in my opinion. Typically, when we get big moves to the upside, now it's not impossible to get a little fake out on money flow here, obviously. Now, this isn't going to be 100%, but obviously, when you see that money flow cross over into the red, typically this is more of a bearish sign and does indicate a local trend continuation, which would be to the downside if we're looking at the 4-hour. And just remember, guys, the money flow indicates that longer term trend. So, when you see these red and these little green dots, you have a red dot here, a green dot there, red dot, green dot, red dot. These indicate the ebbs and flows in the market, or what I like to call noise in the market. And then that money flow kind of gives you that more overall trend. And this is very, very important to kind of look at and understand if you're trying to trade these markets, because this red and green dot, right? This green dot, push to the upside. This red dot, little push to the downside, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot. But that money flow crossover did indicate that we were going to see a continued trend to the upside, and that is why if we see this money flow continue out, we could potentially see a little bit more of a move to the downside. Now, it's not just the 4-hour money flow, guys, because if we come on down here, this is absolutely chopped up and hideous on the 2-hour. This is very, very confusing, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm kind of, I am kind of sick of coming up here and being like, guys, it's a choppy market. This is super, super unpredictable. There's bullish signals, there's bearish signals. It is very, very, very mixed out there. And you can just see that, right? This is not an opinion, right? You can just see this on the indicators as far as money flow goes. You're in the red, you're in the green, you're in the red, you're in the green. This is just completely chopped up and non-directional. But then you come on over to the 4-hour, which is going to be a little bit more smoothed out as it is a higher time frame. And you can just see we are trending out with money flow. So this is going to be a little bit more bearish in the shorter to medium term. But what I really want to show you guys here is today VWAP is coming down to that zero line, looking to potentially print a red dot here, which would likely cause a little bit more of a spill to the downside as well, guys. Now, one thing we do have kind of on our side here is that money flow is kind of ticking back up, but we'll have to see what this red dot brings us this week. This is likely going to print probably tomorrow. We will wind up getting that red dot at some point at the end of the day tomorrow. But, you know, as we take a look at these higher time frames, right, VWAP on the 3-day is also coming down. 4-day VWAP is also coming down. 5-day VWAP is starting to roll back over. And if you guys remember, not too long ago, on one of our last streams, we were looking at that weekly green dot, anticipating a move to the upside, which we did get. But you guys can see here that VWAP is starting to flop over just a little bit. And the only reason that I'm not really liking the look of this is simply because if you come on over to the monthly, I'm not sure. Actually, a couple people asked me about this in chat. And shout out to the CandleMafia, because I absolutely love when you guys ask questions about stuff I'm already going to look at, because it just goes to show how much you guys actually pick up in these streams and how much you're actually learning along the way here watching these live streams. And shout out to dang it, I forgot who asked it. Let me know who asked that. Who asked about this this signal here? I forgot who it was. Shout out to Captain Kirk in the chat. What is going on, Cap? Welcome in. Thank you for being here, and thank you for everything you do here. Being the CandleMafia mama. But here we are on the monthly time frame, guys, and one thing I just do not love the look of here, that's not the monthly, this is the monthly, and here we are with the red dot about to confirm on the monthly. Now, we do have about 3 days left to see this actually confirm, but we are about to get a red dot here on the monthly time frame, and not only that, we are also oversold here, overbought here just a little bit on Market Cipher B. So is this a guaranteed big dump incoming? Absolutely not. You know, nothing is guaranteed on the charts here, guys. Whether you're trading or just doing TA, nothing is going to be 100% guaranteed. But typically when you see these red dots, if you just go ahead and backtest these, the last time we had a red dot here in the overbought territory was all the way back here in May of 2021, where we had that first peak of the bull market sitting at about, which did wind up topping us off at about 64.9, almost 65K before that May 2021 dump. And then eventually the monthly wound up resetting after that big dump. And then once we got that next green dot, we did wind up coming up and making that second all-time high, which was the all-time high of the 2021 bull run, hitting us up to about $69,000. And we are just simply seeing another one of these red dots printing on the monthly time frame, which could potentially indicate a little bit more downside, guys. And we're going to go back in history, and I want to take a look at in 2020 when we had that last halving. I'm actually going to pull up the cycle chart here really, really quick. Come on. Bada boom, there we go. But here we are, right? You know, when we take a look back here after that 2020 halving, what happened to Bitcoin right after that halving, guys? Unfortunately, it was followed by pretty lackluster price action, right? About 120, actually, if we measure it from the halving all the way to kind of that first candle that broke us out, about 161 days of absolute garbage, sideways ranging price action on Bitcoin within a 30% range from this bottom of this candle all the way to the top of this wick before that breakout. You know, about 161 days of just kind of boring sideways price action. Sure, you got that big move up. Sure, you got this little dump to the downside, but for the most part, you kind of just wiggled sideways before finally getting that actual true what people think of as a bull market to actually come in here. And just because we saw this happen in 2020 does not guarantee that we're going to continue to see this happen. And we're likely not going to see history just completely repeat itself. This time is a lot different, as each cycle does have its own kind of quirks. It's not that we're, in my opinion, right, we use these cycles, and a lot of people will say you can't use the 4-year cycle, and I actually agree with that if you're putting 100% of your conviction just based on solely the 4-year cycle. But what we can do is use it as just an extra piece of information to add it into our analysis, and kind of combine it with other factors, right? And then we can add up kind of, what's pointing to the upside, what's pointing to the downside, and make an educated guess, right? That's basically what we're doing when we're doing TA. We're not trying to guess the exact bottom and then put all our money in and just hold it up until we make $1 million, right? That's not how this works. But what we want to do is take multiple data sources, right? Multiple pieces of information, and see what we can find that agrees with it, with what agrees with each other, to find confluence, right? We talk about confluence all the time on this channel. And as long as you're not just going all in on just one thing, whether it's the 4-year cycle, whether it's just TA, right? Now you're talking to a strictly technical trader here. Now I almost focus fully on just the charts, but I would never just take news events completely out of account, right? Like I would never just ignore news events completely. Obviously, I am going to pay much more attention to the charts as a technical trader, but I do understand that this is not the only thing that moves the market, and news events and black swan events, which by the way, I'm going to get to in a second, could also move the market and will also move the market. So it's all about weighing these different kinds of data sources and coming up with an educated guess, right? So obviously, we've used the 4-year cycle to make a lot of really good calls on Bitcoin, right? Looking for that move up to the $48,000 to $50,000 golden pocket. When we saw that ETF approval, we were able to call a pretty nice short off that golden pocket rejection before getting into an absolute banger long position at about $40,000, which, by the way, I am still holding up $10,000 currently. But this is how we kind of use the 4-year cycle to give us a little bit of extra information, to give us a little bit of more educated guess on where things are going to go. So based off 2020, we typically see things go sideways, right? So I would not be surprised if things just kind of continue boring. Maybe we get another push up to, maybe it's 81K. We took a look at those higher targets on a recent stream. I'm not going to go over those today. But are we going to see things kind of just go sideways? It's definitely possible, although it's definitely not what I want to see. But typically I just kind of wanted to point out that we did go sideways right after that halving. So, it could be likely that we kind of just wiggle sideways here, for a couple of months, and then we get that big parabolic move that we're all looking for. But I really, 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 really hope that is not the case, guys, because that would be absolutely brutal to sit up here and take a look at all that sideways price action with you guys. It's just going to be looking at the same thing every single day on every single stream. And it gets pretty brutal, as you guys know, as we are here looking at the same price action that we were looking at not only on Thursday. Let's come back to Thursday. Yeah, back to Thursday. We're just kind of sitting in that same kind of range. So that's kind of what I wanted to look at, guys. That monthly red dot is not concerning. I don't want to say like, oh my God, the bull market's over, we're going to zero. But it is definitely something you want to keep in mind, especially when you see that money flow coming out on the 4-hour. And I will be honest, like the 4-hour could play out, come into the red before we even see that monthly red dot do anything. But with that 2-day red dot looking to print, that 3-day VWAP, and all these other higher time frame VWAPs rolling over back to that zero line, with money flow technically trending to the upside, although we are coming up locally here, it is something we have to keep in mind, right? And if we do print that red dot, again, if we do see a big move down, just to kind of get you guys prepared, if we do wind up getting like some kind of surprise dump out of nowhere, obviously the value area low in this 786 between $61 and about $59,700 is going to be a pretty key zone of support to hold. Once we lose these lows at about 56.5, I would expect a much, much bigger and faster move down to revisit this next cluster of support that we have between 51 and 52K. Now, I want to be clear. I am not calling for this. This is an if this, then that statement. If that monthly red dot prints and or confirms and we wind up getting a massive move to the downside, this is going to be a huge level that you want to look at, because you don't want to just panic sell and then look for price to go to zero, right? You want to have that key level set. And then as price moves, you want to sit on your hands and wait for price to approach your key level so you can then analyze your reaction at that key level and see if there is a trade to be taken. So just like we did here, right? As we got this move up to the volume profile, up to the value area high, we capitalized on this long position, and as price rejected here, we actually looked for a bounce, which I don't believe we talked about. When did this happen? We may have talked about this on Thursday, guys. We wound up getting that beautiful little bounce on this key level that we gave for free on the live stream, which was sitting between 69,480 and 66,157. And what happened? Price came right on down, rejected that value area high, and went where? Crate and see, let them know where price goes after you reject that value area high. I know you know, brother. I know you know. Let us know in the chat. Dave Digital, let us know. Blockchain Domain, let us know. I know you guys know. 12 big, dropping that POC. Let's go. Once you reject that value area high, you are going to be looking for that next likely place for price to go to be that point of control of the range. And where did price go as soon as you reject this level? Straight down towards that POC, where we also had confluence with this golden pocket N786 Fibonacci retracement level, which we knew would be a high likelihood area to see a bounce come in, as this would be a high likelihood area for a higher low to be formed, right? We call this golden pocket 786 retracement zone kind of the golden entry zone for my trades, and you can see we wicked down right to that 786 and then got a beautiful, come on, a beautiful, there you go, almost 7% move, a beautifully scalpable move here. Now I did not catch that trade as I was not at the charts and I was traveling on Friday, so I did not enter that trade. But we were looking at it for free here on the live stream as those key levels were given, and now we are just kind of bing-bonging around sideways. So, you know, just like we saw that area as a high likelihood to put in a higher low, and as we were rejecting from this value area high, as we were rejecting, I wasn't just like, oh my God, we're dumping, we're going to zero, panic short, right? Not at all. A lot of people would FOMO short here, but we had a key level of support, so that is where we sit on our hands and wait for price to come into that level, and we don't panic short. In fact, we actually do the opposite, and we look for long positions, which would have played out really nicely with that 7% move. So just like that, if price does get a big move down out of nowhere, we have to be aware where those key levels of support are, so you're not panicking when price starts to drop. You actually just sit on your hands and you know, hey, I think price is probably going to go here next. So there you go, guys. Key levels, definitely going to be that value area low, 786, and then once you lose these range lows, that is where I would be looking at. But we don't even have to think about those prices in the 50,000s because as long as we are within this range, I do expect these levels to get respected. Even if we do come down to that value area low, this would be a place I'd be willing to look at for longs. And I also do just want to pull one more, I do want to pull one more level here really, really quickly from the low all the way, I think is already on the chart. Yeah, and you do have that beautiful confluence between the golden pocket and the value area low here. So you do have confluence as well as a weekly level here. So this would be a very, very key level. If we do get a breakdown, maybe tomorrow if we see a bigger move to the downside, you know, this will be a key level of support. And then obviously if we break up here, you know, key levels above are pretty clear. You have a daily naked point of control. This is going to be key to have marked out on your charts, guys. Daily naked point of control sitting at $72,500 is going to be your first major level of resistance. And then if you get above there, the only thing sitting in your way is that all-time high. And then once you break that all-time high, we could go into that sweet, sweet thing they call price discovery, which, as you guys know, if you watch the live stream on Thursday, I believe, we did look at that next target, which is going to be sitting at about, where are we? Let me see if I can pull it up here. If I could find the actual chart that it's on. Let me see here. Where is it? There we are. So if we do wind up getting a move, excuse me, above that all-time high, guys, we are going to be looking at, this isn't even, where is that chart, guys? Unbelievable. Okay, well, we don't have the chart, but that level is going to be sitting at about $81,000, guys, where we not only have a spider line sitting, as you can see right here, sitting at about $81,000. Shout out to Crypto Face. This spider line is coming in at about 81, actually creeping up towards $82,000 as price moves along here. Obviously, these lines are going to creep up a little bit. So $81,000 would be a huge level to be looking at for some resistance. And then obviously you have the $75,000 psychological level. But let's take it step by step because we obviously do have resistance above. We have that all-time high. So let's see if we can get up to that all-time high first, and then we can talk about the moon mission. But for the most part, guys, we're just ranging. Things are really boring, and I want to take that this time as we are sitting here and seeing price not only go sideways in the medium term, but also in the short term here. I'm actually going to go over the scalp levels, and I'm going to actually talk about the I'm going to hide all the TA here. I want to talk about the not only the scalp levels, but also Is everything okay? Why is this not working? Everything is hidden. Why is there still TA on the chart? What is going on? Why am I always getting trolled by technology? Oh, okay. It just wanted to wait a little bit. Anyway, not only are we going sideways here over the past 3 months, but also even the local price action, guys, is absolutely brutal. But as you guys know, it is not about catching that bottom and looking for the it's not only about looking for that bottom and sniping that entry for that next big move to the upside, but obviously we can also snipe these little scalp trades, scalp longs and shorts within the local price action here. But you guys can see, after we got that bigger move to the upside here on Monday, more or less, we've just kind of gone sideways here, and we are respecting this volume profile. So I'll give you guys some of these more local levels, which, by the way, I am in that long position. Shout out to the premium Discord on that smaller account here on Blowfin. Shout out to Blowfin, guys. I know a lot of you guys are struggling with restrictions in your area if you are looking for to leverage trade. But a lot of people have a lot of luck with Blowfin here. So if you guys are having trouble getting onto exchanges, you could try this out. I don't know if it'll work for you or not, but depending on your location. But check it out. Blowfin is great. And I did start an account here with about, I think, $1,100 or maybe $1,300. A little bit of a smaller account here. I'm in a $20,000 position. It is a long position. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I was looking at there, why I was looking for a long position. But we are up about $157 or 11%, which is actually not that bad for like a $1,000 account. So, when you're trading on a smaller account, you have to understand that you're not going to likely make a ton of money. You have to be okay making a small amount of money on those trades, right? The reality of trading is, if you don't have a lot of money to trade with, hopefully you're not using 100x leverage, but if you have a smaller account, you have to be okay with making smaller gains, right? You can't put $100 into account and expect to get rich, right? Or at least rich overnight. It's going to take a long time. And the more capital you have, the easier it is to see those bigger gains over time. But, we entered this trade this morning with the premium Discord. Shout out to the premium Discord. Shout out to Tony D. Said, me checking to see if it's Chrome. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you for the super chat, bro. No, I'm definitely not using Chrome. It's not Chrome, I swear. This is Brave browser. Definitely not Chrome. Anyway, this just goes to show, guys, up $145. Now, this is something, I do have a plan for this trade. I'm going to break it down for you guys in just a second here, why I was looking for the trade. Shout out to the premium Discord. They obviously already know as we looked for this setup this morning. But, up $150, right? Now, this is not getting rich overnight, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that would love to make an extra $100 to $150 a day. Now, you might not get a setup every single day when you're looking for these small scalp positions. They do tend to present themselves pretty often, although they are a little bit more risky. But you guys can see my entry right here. I am not too far away from my entry. I'm less than a 1% move to the upside, and I'm up $150. Now, this is why I say you don't need a whole lot of capital to make money if you understand how to use leverage responsibly, right? This is not a gambling outlet. This is not a tool to, just put your life savings into, jack it up to 100x and lose all your money. If you use leverage responsibly, you can actually learn how to make consistent gains. And it's not, again, we show bigger trades. I am still in my long position. I believe that's up about $4,500. I'm not logged into the account right now. But I am still in that position, up about $4,500. So obviously this, like I said, is a kind of small account challenge. I kind of want to show you guys that you don't need a whole ton of money, right? Like I just said. But a lot of people could close this. I know there's a lot of people watching here right now that are probably like, man, I would close that right now, make $150 for the day and check out. Some people, I used to have to work an entire day to make $150, right? So I just want to kind of show you guys these smaller accounts, and I'm going to continue to do this with you guys just to show you. I only have, it's $1,300. I actually was already in one trade. I think I made about $100. So I think about $1,250 is what I started with. But we're already up almost $200 on the account. So, $1,300 I know is a lot more attainable than just loading up a leverage account with $10K for a lot of people. So smash that like button and drop a hashtag value in the chat if you guys like seeing these more realistic type trades. Obviously, we always show the bigger ones as well. But I think a lot of more people can relate to this, and it'll kind of just make it more tangible for you guys to realize hey, $1,300 is a lot more attainable for me than $10K. And maybe $1,300 is nothing for you, right? Maybe $10K is enough. Maybe $100K is nothing for you, right? But everyone is in a different place in their journey. So I kind of just want to cover all bases, show the big trades, show the small trades. And there you go, $150 for the day, just to show this is indeed possible. So shout out to the premium Discord and anybody who was in that trade alongside me. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, again, you can check the website, frankiecandlestrading.com. You can see all our options. And if you guys want to sign up for Blowfin and check out their exchange and trade with or without leverage, leverage Bitcoin or a beautiful selection of altcoins as well. You could check the link in the chat. I'm sure Tony D will drop that link. It's also in the description. Shout out to Blowfin, not sponsored. We are an affiliate. I am not sponsored, though, not getting paid to say this. But if you use our link, we will get a little kickback. So if you like the free education here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel and you want to potentially save on fees or get some bonus trading funds, check those exchanges in the description. Hey, shout out to NutraFit Life. Shout out to you. Said I started with $20. That is a difficult task, but you could put $5 in here, right? Also, if you guys are able to use Femex in your region, they have a beautiful, beautiful mock or demo trading feature where you can actually practice with fake money. So you're literally learning how to trade, learning how to use the exchange, learning how leverage affects things, where liquidation levels are. You could learn completely risk-free. Obviously, you won't win any money, but it's a really, really good way to get started. I always recommend you start out with a demo account, or at least with an amount of money that you're willing to lose. So back to this actual trade, guys, and why I was looking for a long. Obviously, I think a lot of you guys can assume why I was looking to enter this position. I'll actually go ahead and mark it out here with a position tool. And obviously, we were using the volume profiles as a kind of guide here, looking for the long position at the value area low. And this is the beauty of trading the value areas, guys. You look for the longs down here at the deviation of the value area low. If you could find your confirmations within the price action down here, this is how you could stay on the right side of the market and not just FOMO short when you should be longing and FOMO longing breakouts when you should be looking for shorts. If you're out there and you're trying to trade and you are not making money consistently, I know you can relate to this. I know that because I came from exactly where you are sitting right now. I spent a ton of time losing money in these markets, but with that being said, once you understand the volume profiles are one of the easiest ways to kind of clear up the noise and understand where you are relative to the recent price action, right? So down here, you're not FOMOing short. You're looking for those bullish confirmations because you could think of the deviations below these value areas, guys. You could think of this as an undervalued asset. This is on sale. This is overpriced, right? I'm trying to think of the opposite of on sale, right? Underpriced, right, or on sale, and this is considered overpriced or overvalued, right? So you would not want to be, buying at an overvalued price. You would much rather buy at an undervalued price. It's very, very, very simple. It's like oversold and undersold. So, oversold or overbought, right? So when you come up here, overvalued, this is where you're looking for a return back into that value area or below that value area low. Once you can't get back above this level, that's where you're looking for price to go to the POC. And then once you lose that POC, you're looking to go to the value area low. And then once you hit that level or deviate below, that's where you can look for long positions. And that is exactly what I was looking at to enter this long position that I am currently in, the one that I just showed you 2 seconds ago. Not only did we come down to this value area low, guys, but we were seeing some pretty nice bullish divergences here on the lower time frames, such as the 24-minute, as well as the 12-minute. We saw some nice bull divs. The 15-minute also had some nice bull divs, but we also had something else kind of on our side here for this long position. I'm just going to give it all away for free here on the free YouTube live stream here, guys, but what we look at here is not only do you have bullish divergences, but it's very important that you understand you can't just long and short random bullish and bearish divergences, right? You want to be making sure that you're coming down to a key level. You want to also make sure that money flow is on your side, right? It's not just a bull div, but look at your money flow. Your money flow is beautifully trending up towards that zero line, looking to cross over into the green. So that's 2 levels of confluence, and you could even call that 3. You're at the value area low, which is a key level of support, and you're deviating below it, which is where you want to look for longs, right? So you're already in the long zone, so I'm not even looking for a long until I'm there. You're already cutting out a ton of bad positions by just looking at this stuff and only taking the trade when you see the setups, right? So you're at the value area low. It's a key level of support. Now you're safe to look for longs. Then you see a bullish divergence. This is giving you the idea that maybe we can see a little bit of a reversal because when you see price coming down, but momentum and money flow is coming up, doesn't make sense, right? Why is price going down if money flow and momentum is coming back in, right? That is what warrants the correction to the upside, and that is why we use this to spot these reversals. And we already know that once you're at that value area low, if you hold support, it's going to be more likely for you to get a move to that POC and then that value area high. And that is the whole footprint or plan for that trade. So key level of support, bullish divergences, and you also had money flow coming up into the green or coming up close to crossing over into the green, and you also had that 4-hour green dot very, very, very close. Whoops. What happened? Come back. Very, very close to printing, which is now sitting here and starting to print. And you guys know when you have that green dot printing and that 15-minute money flow about to cross over into the green, sometimes when these things happen at the same time, that gives us a big move to the upside or a significant move to the upside, right? So if we do continue to see this money flow cross over into the green and we do continue up, very likely that actual money flow crossover into the green is likely going to be the thing that starts that move, right? Assuming we continue up, which is not guaranteed. But if we do continue up and we come back tomorrow and we're sitting at $70,000 maybe, we're going to look back and be like, hey, money flow never lies. Shout out to Crypto Face. Shout out to the money flow. And shout out to, let me check some of these super chats, guys, because we are going to go ahead and jump into the altcoins because that is just about what we're looking at, right? So in the medium term, I will say we are at resistance here. I would not be surprised with the 4-hour money flow coming back down. That is one thing you guys want to realize. Let me come on over to a different chart here real quick. Bada boom. There we go. This is the actual chart here. This is the same levels we were just looking at, but this is the actual position from the premium chart here. But let me go ahead and I want to turn on some TA here. I'm going to hide the scalp levels, and I do just want to turn some of this on. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. We turn on some of these levels. Boom. Okay, so the one thing I will say before we move on to the altcoins, guys, is be careful, right? Because we are, we did have short setups from up here in the premium as well as, I'm not saying to short Bitcoin right now. It is too late. The setup has already come. But, we are at the value area high. So just because I'm in this long position, which is now up $163, just because I'm in this long position, I want you guys to understand that long was taken in the context of the 15-minute time frame and the smaller range, this tiny little range. That long position would be full TP if we come up here, right? It's just that tiny little move, right? Which that would be the full play out of that trade. But in the grand scheme of things, if we pull this volume profile, right, we are pull a little deeper. Let me come on to a lower time frame here. So in the grand scheme of things, guys, we are at the value area high or tapping the upper levels of this range, right? So if we stay within this range, it is possible to reverse back down to this value area low. So I don't want anyone getting confused. Just because I'm in this kind of puts it into perspective, right? This is the difference between the time frames. This is like people always say, or a lot of people will say, Frankie, you just said you were bullish and you were in a long position. Why are you saying it could go down now? And this is a perfect way to visualize it. That is my long position, right? This is the context. We are at the upper level of the macro range, right? So we lose this POC, much more likely to get a bigger cool off to the bottom of the range. That would be the medium to longer term outlook, right? But that long position is just in the context of this tiny little move, right? So that's how you could be long and also still a little bit bearish, right? Because we only need this to tick up a little bit to hit the full TP, and then you could potentially reverse back to the downside. So I just want to kind of clear up that context so nobody gets confused. I know it's really easy to get confused with these time frames. So grand scheme of things, we're at the higher levels here, so be careful. We are at resistance, but on the lower time frames, we could potentially continue to see this long play out, hopefully. If not, we'll get stopped out, hopefully, at break even. So with all that being said, shout out to Mont, says we could do TA all day. Don't threaten me with a good time, my friend. Hey, guys, shout out to Golden checking in for the live stream. What is going on, Golden? Good to see you, bro. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and a great Memorial Day, brother. Shout out to Tony D, guys. We have a lot going on behind the scenes. We have a lot going on. It's all exciting. Shout out to Tony D, just leaked a little video of something that he has in the works, guys. I don't even know if I want to tease it. I'll just say Tony D has potentially figured out something that may actually eventually put me out of a job, which is scary enough. It may or may not have something to do with AI. Please don't shout me out. Sorry, Tony D. That's my bad. I forgot. This is your show. I forgot you told me not to talk about you anymore. Please don't fire me. But anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. Tony D may be messing around with some AI stuff that is eerily creepy. Tony D, can you actually... we'll talk after the show. But yeah, get excited for that, guys. That could be really, really cool. It blew my mind. Is there an AI Frankie Candles on the way that you could just ask a robot any question about my TA and it could answer you in a horrifyingly accurate way? It broke my brain, guys. It broke my brain. Anyway, but let's go ahead and continue on, guys. Go ahead and drop those altcoins in the chat, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look. We'll start off with Ethereum. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. And let me just check these super chats while you guys are dropping those altcoins in the chat. And shout out to Tony D. Thank you for the super chat. Said me checking in to see if it's Chrome. And shout out to Tony D. Said nobody's attacking us besides the elites who hate crypto and don't want us to win. That's why you got to subscribe to the Frankie Candles YouTube channel and learn to earn the smart way. Because even if the elites do wind up dumping this thing, guys, we are going to catch that epic short from the top. So shout out to Tony D. Shout out to Retro Mike. Said LFG up $20. Now I can buy Creighton a box of crayons. Shout out to Retro Mike. Congrats on your win, brother. And I love that you're trying or are open to sharing the winnings. Let's go. Shout out to Retro Mike. Let's see. We got the Wolverine. Said, hey, Frankie, can you check C-Swap? Thanks, brother. Shout out to the Wolverine. I would love to check out C-Swap. I am, full disclaimer, a holder of C-Swap. And then Blockchain Domain said, what trading strategy were you using before you got into trading volume profiles? Shout out to Blockchain Domain. I started out the two major ways I used to trade before using volume profiles, order flow, and market cipher, as well as Lux Algo. One of the major things that I used to trade breakouts and I used to trade patterns, which were the two ways that I kind of started with my analysis and started trading. And I wound up, I was, very unsuccessful doing that as it's not, you can trade patterns and be very, very successful. It didn't work for me. Breakout trading as well is very difficult. And now, it's funny enough, I use these kind of theories to counter trade, right? Like oftentimes, when I'm making money, I am making money on people trying to breakout trade, right? Like the people we are making money from is from people trying to short the breakdowns, but I am not shorting here, right? In my old trading strategies, I used to short the support, right? I would come down here and then short, and I would just wind up getting stopped out, right? And it wasn't until after doing that for a very, 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 very long time that I started to learn, like, hey, I'm doing something wrong. Every time I short, I get wrecked, right? And every time I long, I get wrecked because I would wait for the breakout and try to long, and then I would just get absolutely wrecked. And now I wait for everybody to FOMO into their longs before going short. And then as those longs get wrecked, I'm actually making money off those shorts getting wrecked. I know it doesn't sound nice, but the money has to come from somewhere. If you're out there trading, you are taking money from somebody. That's all it is people taking money from each other. So there you go. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. Great question. And there you go. Not only what I used to use to trade, but also why specifically I do not trade those strategies anymore, right? Not that you can't trade them, but when I was a beginner, I didn't understand how liquidity worked. I didn't understand a lot of the things that I understand very well now. So, maybe, now if I was trading patterns, I would be much more profitable because I'd be using order flow alongside the patterns, which would give me a much higher hit rate. But back then, I didn't know any of that stuff. I just thought when you saw a bull pennant, you longed, right? And that's what a lot of the retail thinks, and that's why most of them lose money. But if you can get on the other side of that, you can actually make yourself some money off of their losses. But shout out to Rusty, said Solana, please and thank you. Shout out to Rusty. What is going on, bro? Absolutely. We can check out Solana as well. So drop those altcoins in the chat, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Ethereum, and then we'll go ahead and move on. Rob the Crypto Snob, brother, I hope you had an awesome trip, bro. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. He's going to count up the votes and let us know what we're looking at. And first off, shout out to Adil. Said, hey, Frankie, how many coins would you have in your portfolio long-term? What is considered a decent amount? 20, 25, 50? What's considered too much? Adil, this is going to be a little bit of a hard question to answer. It's going to depend, right? I wouldn't recommend having, a ton of projects. I would kind of focus on certain narratives, right? Like there's a whole lot of narratives. You have AI, you have interoperability, you have DePIN, you have all these different narratives. But I would focus on like 2 or 3 major narratives. You have meme coins, right? I would focus on like 2 to 3 major narratives. And I would kind of focus, quantity or quality over quantity, right? Maybe that's the wrong word, right? But like, I would kind of focus more narrowly, right? Because I think what a lot of people do is they spread their money a little too thin, right? If you have $1,000 and you're going to put, or let's say for, if you have $100, if you're going to put $5 into 20 different coins, a lot of them aren't going to make money. Some of them might. Some of them might explode. Some of them might dump. You don't want to go. Don't spread yourself too thin. Is basically what I'm saying. You want to make sure that you have like a decent amount of money because like even if you 20x $100, right? Like it's not. For some people that could be life-changing money. Depending on your situation. But I would say between like I think 15 is like a healthy number of it gets very easy to just invest in everything, right? You hear someone talk about a coin, you're like, oh, I'll put some in that. Like, oh, this new meme coin, oh, I'll put a little there. Like, oh, I'll put a little in Bitcoin, right? Like, and then you get so spread thin that even if all your coins do well, you have so little money in each coin, it's kind of like, right? So I would kind of do your research. Go deep with your research. Fully understand the project, right? Understand the chart. What does the chart look like? Understand, what you're actually investing in. And, what a bullish chart looks like, what a good project actually is, what good tech looks like, what good partnerships looks like. Really understand what that will do is give you the confidence to really take a bet, right? I could put $5 on, 15 different 1-minute trade setups a day. But that little amount of money that I have in those trades is not going to be a lot, even if the trade plays out in my benefit, right? If the trade goes my way, I'm not really going to make that much money. What I would rather do is really put in the research. Find those key levels, right? Find those strong key levels that we know that we can bet heavily on, right? Like, I mean, even on this YouTube channel, right? We have been looking at many key levels, right? Even this level down here, which was marked out with a blue box, right here. This was a level we looked at on the live stream. Now, this level, guys, we have been looking at this level for so long that you kind of almost forget about it, right? It takes patience to wait for for price to get down to these levels. But when price gets down here, or any real key level that you're looking at, I'm just using this one as an example, I would rather really find those key levels and be patient and wait for the high probability setup and bet heavy on it. That way, I know it's a high probability trade, and if it's likely to go my way, I'm comfortable putting a lot of money on the trade. And then when it plays out in my benefit, you make a lot of money, right? You have to have a confidence to actually bet a significant amount of money to make a lot of money, right? So that's what I would say. Focus on understanding the research and go narrow, not wide. Understand what you're in. I'm not saying, buy 2 altcoins and that's it. But I would say probably 15. It's going to be different for everybody, to be quite honest with you. Like my meme coin portfolio, like I'll put a small amount of capital in a whole lot of meme coins, but that's just my meme coin strategy, right? So it is going to kind of go back and forth. It's going to change from person to person. So a deal, there you go. Hopefully that helps you out. I know it's not a yes or no answer, but hopefully it helps you out, brother. And shout out to Rusty. Thank you for getting that membership. Welcome to the muscle, my friend. And let's go ahead. I trade 3 coins per narrative, low risk, 1 medium risk, 1 high risk. Shout out to Mike Vito, my paisan. Not a bad strategy, bro. And like I said, there is no end-all, be-all strategy out there, guys. What might be right for me might not be right for somebody else, right? We all have different amounts of capital. We all have different finances. We all have different budgets. We all have different bills. We all have different everything, right? We have different lives. Maybe you don't have a lot of time to pay attention to crypto at all, but you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. So maybe you just invest in 2 things, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Low risk, decent reward. You're not going to get the 100 and 200Xs, right? But it's safe. You're not missing out on the opportunity, and you're also not spread too thin, right? So hopefully that makes sense for you. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Said, pin my next comment and show ETH. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Thank you for that, brother. And let's go ahead and check out Ethereum or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. So here we are. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Actually, let's come on over to this chart. Bada boom, bada bing, right? So here we are on ETH, and can't make it up, guys. Can't make it up. We actually, I believe, looked at this key level on the live stream, which on Thursday, which was a spider line. And what happened? We wound up coming right on down to that spider line and getting a beautiful little bounce off that spider line. Just beautiful. That's just like the first thing I see. So shout out to the spider lines. If you guys want to know how to draw these spider lines, go ahead and check the channel. We have some, I believe we have one for Ethereum. Excuse me, I believe we have one for Ethereum and one for Bitcoin. If you guys want to check out how to draw those spider lines, check the channel. Or maybe Tony or Rob or somebody can drop those links. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. I think Chemistry Bro is usually the one that just has those links ready to go. Or Tyler. I think they all do. Shout out to Rob, too. But anyway, let's continue on here. Okay. So let's go ahead and zoom out here just a little bit. And let's go ahead and unhide our TA, because we have multiple ways we can look at the market here, guys. We have this macro volume profile, but we're pretty far away from this at this point. So what I would like to do is look at this local profile, because as you guys can see here, these are definitely going to be the next key levels on Ethereum, in my own personal opinion, being that our value, I'll just give you the levels real quick. Value area low coming in at $3,757, POC coming in at $4,085, and the value area high coming in at $43.91. This is going to be the major value area that we want to stay within, because as you guys know, this is not only the value area low, but also our doorway to higher prices. This is, whoops. There you go. Doorway to higher prices here, because if we are able to hold above this value area low, it is likely going to give us a continued move up to that point of control, and potentially, once we flip that POC, you would be looking for price to go up to that value area high. Now, not only is this going to give you a clear roadmap to where price is likely to go in the future if we continue to move up, but it also gives you a clear line in the sand to where price is likely to get a bigger move to the downside. And to me, it's going to be a little bit of a zone. I'm actually going to pull this fib real quick, see if we have some confluence, and there you go. Beautiful confluence here. So the key level and kind of the line in the sand for me would be this golden pocket 786 retracement level, which is sitting between 37 and 36.26. So if we wind up getting a breakdown, this spider line, golden pocket, and 786 are going to be that key level. Maybe if you get that deviation below the volume profile, you could potentially look for a little bit of a long setup down here. If you can get some nice confirmations, you could look for a long to get back into the volume profile, and then kind of give away a little freebie here. Not telling anybody to enter this trade. This is not financial advice. You'll lose all your money if you follow along what some crazy YouTuber says. But I will say this. Right there, right? If you get a deviation below the value area low, this would technically be a zone I would be interested in looking for a long position, and the thought process there would be deviation below the value area low, support on your golden pocket 786, reclaim spider line, reclaim the value area low, and then at that point, you're looking for price to go to the POC value area high. And this is how, right, this is the same exact way or the same exact strategy that I used to enter my long position right here, right? This is not just like some random setup, right? We do this all the time, looking for price to deviate below the low, enter on the reclaim of that value area low, and then you're looking for that to go to the POC value area high. May not get all the way back up there, but more often than not, as you can see, anytime you reclaim the value area low, you are indeed likely to go to that POC, even though it's messy. This is a beautiful example of how messy price action can be, right? This one would have taken patience. This would have, personally, this would have been brutal for me to hold, right? So you flip that value area low, you come up, you hit the POC, right? That would be TP1 for me, and then you just kind of wiggle around. Oh my God, it gets super scary, but what happens? You do wind up getting to that value area high. So more often, and then same thing when you deviate above the high, right? You deviate, right? This is where you look for your short setup. You look to ride that to the value area high, break back into the range. Once you can't get back above that value area high, you look to go to the POC, lose the POC, you go to the value area low, right? So it's deviation, POC, value area low. Deviation, reclaim the value area low, POC, value area high. Very, very simply said, this is how you trade the volume profiles. And if I were looking at ETH and I were to see this set up, I would potentially be open to looking for a long position, but I would only be taking the position if I saw the confirmations, right? Not just randomly longing this level. You got to get some kind of local low time frame entry signal at this zone to actually take the trade. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at as far as Ethereum. If you, for the most part, that's your context. If you lose this level, key level is going to be that golden pocket 786 between 37 and 36.26. And if you continue up, POC and value area high are your next key levels of resistance. Now, here's the thing. What do we always say about these quick moves up, guys? Quick moves up oftentimes could lead to a quick move to the downside, right? So if we wind up pulling out that VPVR, take off these levels real quick. Bada boom, 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 right? So with that quick move to the upside, we do have a little bit, come on, volume, there you go. You have a little bit of a lack in volume here, right? You have a high volume node here and then a lack of volume all the way till you get down here. So if we wind up losing this wick right here at about 35, 38, once you decisively lose that level, I would look for a bigger move down, potentially getting you closer to the 3,000s, or the low 3,000s, I should say. So again, this wick low sitting right here at about 3,500 call it 35.30, is going to be absolutely key to hold. If you can't hold that level, you could fall through that gap coming down to much lower prices. As far as market cipher goes, let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, daily red dot confirmed. It's all kind of chopped up as the indicators have been for quite some time. So, yeah, nothing really to look at here on market cipher, just kind of chopped up. So I'd be really paying attention more to the key levels here for the next couple of days. So there you go. There is your Ethereum breakdown. Now let's go ahead and check out our next altcoin, which is going to be C-Swap. Let's check it out, or just Chain Swap, as some people like to call it. You guys think Mrs. Candles is here? If Mrs. Candles is here, I'm going to go ahead and see if she could bring me some dark crash. Bring me some water. Okay, let's see. Oh, I just got a text message. Hi, Carolyn. Can I buy your house? No, I'm not Carolyn, and I don't have a house for you to buy. Or at least mine is not. You're not taking mine. But anyway, let's see. Let's call Mrs. Candles real quick, guys. Hopefully she doesn't say anything weird. Don't say anything weird. Don't say anything weird. You're on?
Yeah.
Hi, you're on TV, so don't say anything weird.
Okay.
Okay, say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Can you bring me a water by chance?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, she just hung up on me. Mrs. Candles, you hung up. Oh, let's go. In Mrs. Candles style, I got a Stanley, guys. Look at me go. Thank you so much, Mrs. Candles. I can't believe you hung up on me, though. That was kind of rude. All right, well, show the Mafia your hand to make up for it. Come on. Come on. Ooh, smells good today, baby. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and check Chain Swap. Please delete that. Don't clip that, guys. Please don't clip that. I'm not a hand sniffer. Even though Dave Digital does call me the man, or the hand, the sniff, the legend, I'm not a hand sniffer. Contrary to popular belief. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at C-Swap here real quick, guys. Yeah, I guess we'll take a look at the MEX-C. Whoops. Let's take a look at the MEX-C chart. Is this the only it's the only chart we can look at, really? I guess so. Poloniex. Yeah. All right, we'll take a look at the MEX-C chart. Shout out to MEX-C. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so I'm going to give the key levels here on C-Swap, being that we don't have any daily money flow to go off of here. I'll pull up the visible range volume profile as well. Come on, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and mark this out. I would go ahead and take a look at this volume profile. Bada boom. Go ahead and mark out the value area high, the POC, and the value area low. So this would be kind of the context that I'd be looking at. As we approach this value area low, I would not necessarily be looking for fresh short positions, right? This does not make sense for me to short in to support, right? Why would I short here if I'm expecting some kind of a bounce off that value area low? So simply put, I would be looking at the key level of support sitting here about 0.05682, POC sitting at 0.08798, and value area high coming in at about 13 cents or 0.13707. So those are the major levels of support and resistance. Let me pull this. Yeah, okay, so yeah. If you lose this 786 here, sitting at about 6 cents, I would anticipate a move down to that value area low. But other than that, this is kind of, I'll be honest, right? Like I actually may be inclined to buy a little bit more or DCA a little bit more into C-Swap here as we approach this support level. Even if I were to buy it here, get a bounce off that value area low, go to the POC value area high, I would not be too upset with that. But, yeah, I mean, these are the key levels. Let me go ahead and pull up some naked points of control for you guys, or the higher time frame naked points of control, I should say. Okay, so that POC makes sense. Take a look at the monthly. Pretty far away. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, so you do have a nice daily naked point of control in confluence with your value area low. Mrs. Candles, what is your favorite level? POC value area low or value area high? Oh, all right. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Don't dance. They might not be able to see you, but I can narrate. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. She said value area high. She's funny. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Big value area high girl. All right, let's continue. Here we go. All right. Quick little bottle chug there. I was thirsty. Shout out to Dark Crash. Dark Crash is probably so proud right now. Shout out to Dark Crash. But let's go ahead and mark out this daily naked point of control. This would be somewhat of a key level that I would look at, right? So as we approach this level, I would be potentially looking for longs here. Now, C-swap is not something that I typically day trade or scalp, but this is kind of, this is going to be pretty key support in my opinion. If we do continue down, I would look to hold that level. And then, once we wind up coming down there, right, just treating this as a volume profile, deviate from the low, right? If we get bullish confirmations down here, we can look for a potential long position back to the upside. So there's your key level of support. Let me go ahead and mark this out and give you guys the levels. 0.05847 and 0.05682. That is going to be your key level of support with your daily naked point of control and value area low in beautiful, beautiful confluence. So that's what I'd be looking at as far as key levels in the long term. And I'll be honest, I would probably just be keeping an eye on these higher term time frames. I may buy a little bit of C-swap tonight. I'll be honest with you. And then taking a look at the indicators. Let's see. Oh, God. Yeah. I would rather see that value area low get hit, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, VWAPs are trying to come up. 5-hour green dot printing, 4-hour green dot printing. Money flow on the lower time frames are kind of trying to come up. But I'm just going to, for C-swap, we don't have a lot of information on the higher time frames, so I'm just going to give you these macro levels, right? Those are going to be the key levels that I would be looking at. Other than that, kind of wish-washy on the indicators once again. But those are definitely going to be the key levels that I would watch. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. I was going to say, did chat freeze? Shout out to Crypto Crabman, said Frankie blink twice if she's slapping you around. Unless you like it. Oh, never mind. Ignore the blinks, guys. Anyway, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Benjamin Evans, said show Ando or Jasmine. Let's see. We could try to take a look at Jasmine or Ando. If we have time, I would love to look at those for you, brother. You guys are funny. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Wick589 and Wick's wife, Fine89. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. But let's go ahead and continue on here and take a look at our next. Oh, I just messed up the, what is going on here? Shout out to Baylor 2 times. Thank you for getting that Wise Guy membership. I appreciate you. But let's go ahead and continue on here. I just accidentally clicked the wrong button here on YouTube. All right, next is going to be Solana. Shout out to Redman. I think Redman was looking for Solana. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But good God. Good Lord, guys. This is boring. I mean, beautiful, shout out to the volume profiles, guys. Like, if Tony D's new invention doesn't take my job, the volume profiles just might do it. As you guys know, as we looked at Solana, as we deviated below this value area low, we were looking for a reclaim not only of the value area low, but more importantly, this point of control, which was sitting at $141. This was that key level that we needed to flip to see a much bigger move to the upside, looking to reapproach that value area low daily level, as well as that POC and potential value area high of this more local range. And as you can see, we clearly flipped that level to support, got the move up as we expected. We got a little rejection off that value area low, and then a bigger rejection off that POC. So all these levels are being respected, but for the most part, guys, we are just looking at these intermediary levels as noise on our way to the bigger target, which is, yes, you guessed it, that value area high, sitting at about $205. As long as, oh my God, if I do that again, I'm going to lose my mind. As long as we remain above this POC and value area low, technically the next likely place for price to go is going to be that value area high. But we are just seeing a little bit of turbulence here on that POC value area low along the way. Now, we are seeing a little bit more I mean, guys, oh, God, man, it is boring out here. Money flow is completely chopped up. 6-hour money flow, completely chopped up. 5-hour money flow, completely chopped up. 4-hour money flow is in the red with a green. It's just choppy. There's no clear direction on this. That is why I'm focused a little bit more on the key levels in the volume profiles right now, as they very, very rarely, they oftentimes do play out. But this is kind of what I'd be looking at for Solana as long as we can remain above this POC value area low. Other than that, things are quite choppy on the indicators. Green dot looking to print on the daily, so that would kind of support that move into that value area high. If we print that daily green dot, actually, this doesn't look too bad. If we get that green dot on the daily, we could potentially look for a move up to that value area high. Bada boom, right? And that could potentially print a little bit of a bearish divergence, which may even set you up for a little bit of a short opportunity to take advantage of the likely turbulence or rejection that we are likely to get off that value area high. So I do think if we see that move up to the value area high, that daily green dot is likely going to be the thing that does it. Yeah, other than that, it's all chopped up. All chopped up. This is a ugly market right now, guys. It's been like that for like a few months now. It's pretty brutal. The sideways confusing price action typically doesn't last this long, but it is just 3 months of complete chop. Not that we can't make money off it, with the short-term trades, but as far as just like looking at these key levels, it's just absolutely brutal. Shout out to Crypto Anon in the chat, and they're like, it's Kryptonon, Frankie. And I know that. Shout out to Crypto Anon. What is going on, brother? Thank you for being here, and shout out to you for being a huge part of the family, brother. Let's see. Shout out to Howtopia says, all you hear is POC, money flow, this money flow, that POC, money flow. Don't forget VWAP. What about value area high? Shout out to Howtopia. Come on. Shout out to Golden for gifting one Frankie Candles membership. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Let's go. Who got it? And K Diggity, none other than K Diggity, getting that membership. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Thank you for getting that membership. Let's go. K Diggity's like, I won. Let's go. Shout out to Rusty, said value area high. Let's get it. Shout out to Peter. What is going on, brother? He says, hey, yo. What is going on? Let's see. V-Slim in the chat. What is going on, brother? Good to see you. Said, hey, y'all. Driving. Can't tag everyone. Shout out to V-Slim. What is going on, brother? We see you. No need to tag us. Drop those golden emojis in the chat. Start that golden waterfall. Let's get it. Kevin's Awake said one golden teaser. Let's go. But let's go ahead and continue on to our next altcoin, which is going to be ADA or ADA, as your grandmother might call it. And let's take a look here. So here we are. Take a look at the daily. Zoom out just a bit. And here we are as we continue to consolidate around this value area low, guys. Are we going to get the break back into the volume profile? Potentially. But, yeah, we have this nice daily bullish divergence with your momentum coming up. Lower lows on your price action. And a move into that value area. Really what we need here for Cardano is we need that next daily green dot to print, and we need to reclaim that value area low to get that move back up to the daily. And then once we break that daily, I would potentially look for a move to that POC and that value area high. But we do have some work to do here as we are struggling to get back over that value area low. So, yeah, VWAP getting rejected at the 0 line there. 2-day red dot confirmed. 3-day looking for a red dot. 4-day VWAP curving over. Weekly green dot looking to print. I mean, yeah, it's just very chopped up there. We'll be honest. But these are definitely the levels I would look at. Is this daily bull div going to be something that we look at in hindsight and say that was the sign for the bigger move to the upside? And you guys can see here the last time. Never mind. We didn't have a daily bull div back down there. But the last time we had a daily bull div like that below a value area, lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves, And then as soon as money flow starts the curve up, boom, you get the big move into the value area low, up to the POC value area high. And then you get the breakout into your new range. Are we going to look back in hindsight and look at this daily bull div as a potentially very bullish move? We could, but we really need this money flow to come back up. Look at this money flow, guys. It's absolutely gross. Into the green, into the red. It's just completely chopped up like everything else. It's absolutely brutal. It's like almost impossible to even talk about. But really, that's your key. And then you also have another key level of support here, which obviously consists of a previous value area high. So I'll label that. Bada boom. Previous value area high. Bada boom. And that daily naked point of control, or POC of the range. So we came down, tapped that. So this is going to be your key level of support, because not only is this going to act as support, but also if you break down below this, it's also going to be the key that if broken, right, the key level that if broken will lead to much more downside, right? So you really, if you come back down into this level, you really want to hold this daily naked point of control specifically, sitting at about 37, almost 40 cents. I'm sorry, almost 38 cents. So there you go. Got to keep an eye on that. You really want to hold that daily naked point of control. Other than that, I'm going to give you guys the key levels. As far as money flow and momentum, not really looking too hot. Not that it's not looking hot, but it's just a little bit TAable, right? Unanalyzable. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and move on. ADA and XRP are struggling for months. I mean, hey, for the fun of it, we do it once a stream. Let's check out XRP. Absolutely brutal. Just continuing to bing bong around in no man's land. Just completely sideways for 46 days. Just completely. And then not only that, right? We're obviously sideways for 46 days, but zoom out a little bit. And unfortunately, basically sideways for a year. Like, this is absolutely brutal. This thing has done nothing, right? It's got like big scam wick, sideways, sideways, sideways. Like, this is absolutely brutal. Yikes. What a boring chart to look at. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Will we see 60K BTC ever again? Shout out to Capitalist Nomad. Yo, shout out to Stupid Bitcoin and Dr. Crimson's girlfriend spamming calf. I would want. Oh, wait, shout out to Golden. Shout out to Golden for the super chat. Said, the more calf Frankie shows, the more I'll gift. LFG Mafia. Shout out to Golden. You might actually get a break today. I would love to show calf. But I'm actually barefoot right now, and I just feel like there's something super R-rated about showing my feet on camera. I don't know what it is. I feel like that's exposing nudity. I can't be showing the toes on chat on live stream. That would be absolutely that would be Yo, shout out to Golden. Dang, we're gonna have to like show some elbow or something. Shout out to Golden though. He said do it. Show those little piglets. Oh God. Oh, don't call toes piglets. Why'd I say that? That is disgusting. Come on, let me see those little piggies. Oh God, that's so gross. That's so gross. Anyway, yo, Frankie Feets, let's go. You guys are too much. Flop, flop toes. Oh, God. You guys are too much. But anyway, speaking of calves, let's go ahead and check out ABT. And you might be thinking to yourself, what does ABT have to do with calves? And I'm here to tell you nothing. It has nothing to do with calves. I just said it. Shout out to you guys. All right, so here we are on ABT. Actually coming down to a very key level, holding the weekly naked point of control that we looked at on Thursday, I believe. Holding that weekly naked point of control absolutely beautifully. Yeah, not too shabby. Yeah, what is this? We came down to this on Friday. I guess we looked at it on Thursday, came down to it Friday. Got a nice bounce. This is why you do not want to miss these live streams, guys. See that key level? Could have looked for a bullish confirmation down at that key level. Did you have the bullish confirmation? Oh, baby, look at this. Beautiful. This is why you do not want to miss the live streams, guys. Beautiful. Bullish divergences into your key level, weekly naked point of control, looking for that bounce to the upside. And what did you get? Absolute rip to the upside. Not only did you have the bullish divergences, well, you had money flow coming up a little bit on the 90-minute. Let's see. You didn't have a 4-hour bull div. You had 2-hour bull div. Dang. Let's see. Lower time frame money flow come up at all? Yeah, look at that 12-minute money flow crossing over into the green. Bing bong, right to the upside. Come on. Come on, just let me measure. There we go. Beautiful 15% move. And there you go, right? Give the key level. All you got to do is sit on your hands, wait for it to get hit, look for the confirmations, have the confidence to take the trade, and let it play out. Absolutely beautiful. Could actually even... Yeah, like if you were looking at this in terms of... Yeah, if you were looking at this in terms of the volume profile, simply put, you go from the high to the low, back to the high, back to the low, put those bullish divergences in as you deviate into the key weekly zone or the key weekly naked point of control. Money flow comes up, and then your thought process here is to hold that trade, right? If you entered in on the weekly naked point of control, you are simply looking to take profit at the POC and then hold the rest of the trade for a final TP at the value area high. And then what happens? You simply hit that value area high and then deviate and then come right back into the range. Unbelievable. And then you come right back down to the value area low, right? Like this is how you can absolutely destroy these markets, guys, while they're boring, right? Look for the longs at the low, ride it to the high. You deviate from the high 2 times or 3 times here. Find your short confirmations if you can get them. Sometimes you don't get them and you miss the trade. But then not only can you long from the low to the high, but you can also look for your shorts from the high all the way down to the value area low. Like this is how you can absolutely wreck these markets for every single dollar that they're worth. So for me personally, now this is weekly naked point of control is now tapped, right? So we're going to have to change this because this is now a tapped weekly, right? So I wouldn't put as much significance on this level now that it's tapped, right? So I wouldn't be, you are deviating from your volume profile. You are seeing. Now, here's the thing. We're in a different situation now, right? This is not a weekly naked point of control anymore. This is a tapped weekly, right? But you do have money flow coming up, right? Pretty nice money flow coming up there. Lower lows on your price action. Higher lows on your momentum wins. You do have some bull divs down here. But I would be careful at this point, right? Like when you get this many rotations like that beautifully, right? From the low to the high, deviate from the high, back to the low, right? And from the low, back to the high, from the high, back to the low. Like eventually that's not going to play out, right? It's not going to play out every single time. But I may actually, that's definitely going to be support, right? Once you lose this level, you can't actually, hang on. Let me pull this real quick. Whoops. Yeah, I would watch this 786. This would be kind of the next key level I would watch. Right, 786. Let me go ahead and label this key. So if you do get a deviation below that volume profile, bullish confirmations on the 786, you could potentially look for return into that value area. And those would be the key levels that I would be looking at on ABT. Let me go ahead and change that to neutral. These would definitely be those key levels. I'll mark them out so you guys can grab these if you want them. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. So there you go. Value area high coming in at 436. POC coming in at 409. And your value area low coming in at 397. There we go. So those are your key levels, guys. To be honest, if you lose that 786, I honestly wouldn't even really be too concerned. Only because if I come up to a lower time frame, you have this next little value area just underneath, right? You have like 2 value areas stacked on top of each other, right? So you have that POC and this value area low just below you, right? So you have a value area low. Bada boom. Your POC. Bada boom. POC value area low. And then the 786. So you do have a decent bit of support below, right? So if you do lose that 786, next stop is likely going to be the POC sitting at 373. And then the value area low sitting closer to about $3.67 are going to be key. So you do have a decent bit of support below you. So I wouldn't really be freaking out. But those are the key levels I'd be looking at. Other than that, take a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, green dot looking to print. No divergence there. 15-minute money flow coming up. So what I would watch here is I would really keep an eye on this 15-minute money flow crossover, right? This could potentially be the thing that gives you the move, right? 15-minute money flow crossover could move you up, right? Why? Why is that 15-minute money flow going to move you up? I'll even put an arrow here so we don't, right? Bing bong, right? Bada boom, right? If that money flow crossover happens, I'm just kind of estimating what happened around here. That might be able to give you a move up. Why am I looking at that 15-minute money flow to give you a move up? I know a lot of you guys probably already know this, but it's because that 4-hour green dot is likely to print very soon. So once that green dot prints, go down to that 15-minute money flow. Well, I'm not telling you to do that, but that's what I would do. Go down to that 15-minute money flow. If it's crossing over into the green at the same time as that 4-hour green dot, that could be the thing that gives you that start of the move back to the upside. And with all that being said, guys, I think let's go ahead and take one more check-in on Bitcoin. Yeah. Oh, God, brutal, absolutely brutally boring. But I will be holding this long position, moving my stop. I'm going to be moving my stop loss to entry here in just a second. So we get stopped out. We'll get stopped out in at break even. But if we do continue up, I will be looking to hold this little scalp up to the POC value area high. But other than that, guys, I would be very, very careful with that monthly red dot. If that thing does wind up confirming, which would probably wind up being, I believe it's in a couple, what is it, in 3 days? Yeah, in 3 days and 1 hour, if we do confirm that red dot on the monthly, it may be able to give us a little bit of a move to the downside. So locally, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a continued bounce. But in the long term, I do think it is worth paying attention to that monthly red dot. And we'll see if that is able to give us a little bit more of a big move to the downside. But if it does, now you guys know all those key levels you need to watch. Looking at that volume profile with the key levels below. And now you guys know where you could be looking for those fresh long positions in case you do get the move to the downside. And we also took a look at the move to the upside. If you just tuned in and you're like, what the heck are you talking about, bro? Go back to the beginning of the stream and check out that Bitcoin TA. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around till the end and hanging out here with the Mafia and your boy Frankie Candles to do, what is it, about an hour, I believe, or is it, there's no way we're at 2 hours. Yeah, or about an hour and 30 minutes of TA on that crazy thing they call Bitcoin. So thank you all for tuning in. Smash that like button on your way out. It is the easiest and most free way for you guys to support us here on the YouTube channel. If you guys enjoy the free education, please just smash that like button, share the video with a friend, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, shoot us off into that YouTube algorithm. So I will see you here next time, which is going to be tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to each and every single one of you guys. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I don't just say that because I'm on camera, but I genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You know the rest. I already said it. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Yo, K Diggity said his neighbors think he's a gangbanger when he watches Frankie Candles because we got those fire beats. Shout out to K Diggity. But you guys know, I had to go grab those shoes. Shout out to Golden. I got to show a little calf. And I got hopefully this works out for the Mafia. Show a little bit of calf here, baby. Shout out to you, Golden. Let's go. Oh, yeah, baby. Spank those calves. Shout out to Golden. There's the calf that you guys wanted to see. I even threw some shoes on, so you didn't have to see those feet. Because this is not OF. This is YouTube. It's an educational crypto channel, crypto trading channel. And we don't show toes on this channel. So that's all I got, Mafia. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time. You know the rest. Hasta pasta. Bing bong. Put socks on. Hide those piglets. Ugh. Don't call your toes piglets. Shout out to Golden. Let's go. Dropping 50 memberships. Let's get it. I'll see you guys next time. Drop some love in the chat for Golden. Thank you, brother. And thank you to the Mafia. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on the roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on the roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the